Well, now, I just got the news of the Pokemon Company's overall sales for the year of 2020, and it's impressive, but it's also concerning. Now, if you haven't heard the news yet, supposedly with the year of 2020, this is the biggest financial success the company has had of all time. Now, most of it comes from probably the Pokemon cards, let's face it. Ever since that whole big boom and people are trying to overprice the hell out of them, but obviously they gotta buy them from the source, so pretty much they've been flying off the shelves, and hey, they've been making a shitload of money off of that. But another thing too is even though there wasn't really any big releases last year for video games, they still made a hefty amount of money. I want to say over a billion, but that's still a lot of freaking money off of video games. So what I'm getting at is that its sales from Sword and Shield and the expansion pass still doing exceptionally well, even years after the game has been released. Now, of course, it's always happy to see your favorite company be really successful and everything, and of course, it just shows how many Pokemon fans there are. However, it also raises a lot of concerns. Now, there was one person had commented on my last video about Legends Arceus doomed to fail, and I'm not going to bring up their name just for safety concerns, but I did enjoy their counter argument that they had. They think that the game is actually going to be very successful. And the reason being is that a lot of Pokemon fans will probably pre-order it or buy it no matter what, and they feel comfortable with that January release date in doing so. That is actually a good argument. And if there's anything that this sales number for 2020 has to go by, it's a fair claim, if you really think about it. And another reason why the Pokemon Company's video game sales in particular are going through the damn roof is, yeah, you guessed it, Pokemon Go. Once again, record-breaking sales, probably because of the pandemic and all those fucking remote raid passes and the freaking Mega Evolutions, and so what could that possibly mean? Well, let's look at it by the other standpoint. Instead of me thinking that Arceus is doomed to fail, maybe it will be incredibly successful. However, will that affect the quality of these games that are coming out later on this year and early next year? That's my biggest worry. Now, it seems to me that the Pokemon Company is very comfortable in just throwing something out there and just knowing it will sell no matter what the hell it is. And that is not a good mindset to have. Maybe from a business standpoint, kind of is, knowing that you'll make a profit even if you throw actual shit at the wall and it will stick. But for a consumer standpoint, that is terrible. It would be absolutely devastating to figure out that Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl is literally just a lazy fucking one-to-one remake that all they did was copy-paste assets, make them 3D, and just send it, knowing that people will buy it anyway. I'm not saying that's exactly what it's going to be. Well, E3 is coming up very soon. Hopefully get more information on that. But seeing the sales of Pokemon Sword and Shield in the expansion pass doing very, very well, it wouldn't surprise me if that's what they did. I'm not saying that should happen. I mean, the reason why I haven't bought a game since Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon, actually, is because I'm not really innovated to buy any of these things, because it seems like with every entry they seem to be either taking stuff out or just flat out just not including things, or just, I don't know. It's like, is it me or the formulaic foundation with these Pokemon games have been just very one-to-one or copy-paste? It just seems like there's really no innovation, and the only thing that may give us a glimmer of hope is Legends Arceus. But even then I'm still worried. Because how much effort are they actually going to put in? Are they just banking on this one trailer alone, knowing that people will be like, well, it's open world, holy shit, I'm gonna pre-order it now? I fucking hope not. Don't do it, please. This whole video literally is just a counter-argument to my other one. Because my theory is that Legend Arceus is doomed to fail. However, I could be entirely wrong. You know why? Because maybe that one little trailer just sparked a bunch of random ideas or hope or hype or whatever in a lot of fans' minds. Maybe the pre-orders are already through the roof and we don't even know it yet. Yeah, it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't situation. Like, if the game doesn't sell well, then obviously we won't get anything like this again. But if it does sell well, will that just mean that they put less effort into every game this point onward? Once again, it's way too early to decide whether the game's good or not. But it's the argument's up in the air. There's so little information that all you can do is just imagine what the outcome could be, and it can go in any possible direction. So, if you really want my opinion on the Diamond and Pearl remakes, judging by this commenter's response, I'm gonna have to say this game is probably not gonna be worth my time. And the reason being is even what I can't judge it by the trailer once again because I did the same thing for Arceus. I can't really do it here. However, this game looks way more complete, and judging by what it says on the Pokemon Company's website, saying that it's pretty much a not a one-to-one remake, but a faithful remake, which is a little bit of tweaks. To me, this is just gonna be literally take this game, put it on the Switch, make the game easy as fuck like Sword and Shield, and then there you go, charge $60. That's not the kind of game I want. I want the kind of game with graphics that look like the fucking box art, Pokemon Company. Maybe not exactly like that, but half as good as that, a third as good as that. This whole chibi art thing that they're going with, it seems like an easy way out for them. It looks like to me that they're going to take the easiest, less effort way that they possibly can, knowing that the game is going to sell anyway. And don't look for anything brand new. Battle Frontier, don't expect it. Mega Evolutions, don't expect it. And not just because I hate them. Just don't expect it because that would just require too much effort to put something new and flashy into the game. You want your Mega Evolutions? Go play Pokemon Go. There's a reason why they haven't been in any other game besides that one. Or in games that are so fucking obscure just to boost sales. To me, it seems very weird that the only games that we got Mega Evolutions in is Let's Go and Pokemon Mystery Dungeon DX. Why? Because they're trying to use those specific fan favorite icons to boost sales for games they think might not do as well. But for Sword and Shield, they know that's going to sell anyway, and they're not going to add on purpose. And there's a reason why Mega Evolution is the most monetized thing in Pokemon Go. I've mentioned it before, and I'm mentioning it here. So why put them in any other games going forward when you can make easy money with Pokemon Go with them instead? Once again, this is all speculation. There's nothing I say is fact. It's just things I'm thinking of on the top of my head. But I'm still very worried about this. And hearing that they did so freaking well last year in terms of profit. Granted, most of them are cards, so it's not entirely based on the game quality going on in the future. Who knows, maybe they're going to focus more on cards, knowing that those will sell well. But you never know. But knowing that they did make record-breaking profits with barely any games, or barely any effort last year, has me worried. The last thing I need is to have another cash grab of a game in the form of a remake. It was bad with Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, and I still think that's the worst $40 I've ever invested on Pokemon anything. And this is coming from someone that spent a shitload of money on shit behind him. Let us hope, for the fans' sake, that these remakes aren't just easy freaking moneymakers. And the things that do get included better not be in an expansion pass.